Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Rabbi.
Good Shua Tov. We are learning Mishna, Perek Yud, chapter 10, Mishnah Vav, Mishnah 6. Misha Yanas Vishtei Noshim. A person who was, you got it? Okay. Misha Yanas Vishtei Noshim. Someone who was married to two women. And Umachar Es Sadeyu, and he sold his field. And that's the only thing that the person has from which to pay up the Kesubos. He's got two Kesubos to pay. He's only got enough to pay one. That was that one field, which he already sold. Now we know that if the husband sells the field, the wife has the right to go to the buyer and to take it away. Right? That's part of the thing. The field was pledged during their marriage, and therefore, when he sells it, the wife has the right to go to the buyer and to take it away. All right, but what happened here in the case is the following. The Kasva Rishona Loikeach, the first wife, wrote, now again, we're talking about he married one, then he married the other. So the first wife has first rights to everything. But the Kasva Rishona Loikeach, the first wife wrote to the buyer. There's one buyer here, right? She wrote to the buyer, Dinu dvarim ein li imach. I have no, as they translated here in the art scroll, I have no legal claim or argument with you. And her point is about this field and will not take it from you as payment for my ksuba. She made up. She made up with the buyer. This is the first wife, right? First wife said, I'm not taking it away from you. I'm not taking it away from you. I'm not doing that. She basically she legally went through the means by which she takes away her right to go ahead and take that field. As we just said, she really has the right, and she has first rights to actually take the field away from the buyer. But she said, she basically made up, and she legalized it, all legal, that all according to the din, according to the law, that she gives up her right to take the field away from him. That's what she wrote. Okay? Now that only covers the first wife, right? The second wife, she never said that to the guy. So, Hashniya, the Mishnah continues, Hashniya Maitzia Ma'lokeach, the second wife takes it away from the buyer, right? She's got a right to do that. She had a ksuba, there was pledged to her too. But now, what happens is, Varishayna min Hashniya. Now the first wife can go over to the second wife and take it away from her. Why? Because of the fact that what's happening here is let me just make sure I'm getting this correct. Right. The first wife can take it away from the second wife since her right to the field came first. She had first rights to the field, right? But if it lands up by the second wife, she never took away her rights to take it away from the second wife because of her earlier rights that she had, right? She was married first. Being married first, she has first rights. Okay, so she told the buyer, I'm not taking it away from you. But if the second wife gets hold of it, she goes over to the second wife and says, sorry, it goes back to me. It goes to me. I have first rights to this. All right, fine. Now what happens next? What happens next is, then the buyer can take it from the first wife since she gave up her rights with respect to him. She told him, I'm not going to take the field away from you, right? So if now she has the field, the buyer says, hey, you took away your rights on this field from me. That was the original deal to begin with. You took away your rights from the field when it comes to my ownership of it. So he goes over to her and he takes it back, right? He takes it back, all right? Now, what happens after he takes it back?
So the second one.
Very good. The second wife can now go to him and take it away from him, right? And she does that. And what happens then?
He's out of luck.
What happens after the second wife takes it from him? The first wife goes to the second wife and says, hey, that's my field. I have first rights to it. and she takes it away. And what happens then? The buyer goes back to the first wife and says, "Hey, you have no right. You took away your rights to the field. You took away your right to take it away from me." So he takes it back. And what happens then? The Mishnah says, "V'chayzres chalila." Right? We're in a vicious circle. Right? It can just keep going around and around and around. Right? Because this just keeps going. Therefore, the Mishnah says, "V'chayzres chalila." This keeps going around in a circle, meaning around and around. Until they make a deal between them, until they make a compromise. Meaning, whether they actually go through this collecting back and forth is not relevant. The point, you need to work out something here. You got to work out something here between yourselves so that, this game doesn't just keep going on and on. What would they do? They could decide, okay, we'll divide it amongst the three of us. The buyer will get, the first wife will get, the second wife will get something. And like that, everybody's happy, and not everybody's happy, but that's the compromise that they'll make. So you follow what happened here? There was this entire, circle of collecting back and forth that's going on. In essence, could never stop. And therefore, the Mishnah says that what you should do is you should be work out a pshara, because if you don't make a compromise, there's nothing to do here. It's just going to keep going around and around and around.
Now, can this apply to other situations?
That will be the next part of the Mishnah. Next part of the Mishnah will deal with other situations that are similar to that. And so you ready for that? Okay. I think what we're going to do is we'll continue this Mishnah tomorrow. It's going to be a similar kind, it's going to be the scenario is going to be a little bit different, but the point is going to be the same. It's going to be another kind of situation where we have this, cycle going to, that the fields and they keep going around and around to the same people until basically the point is make a pshara, make a compromise.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day. A good tavach, shvua tov.
So why did the first wife say